right, everybody, welcome to another new episode of A Whole New World with me, your host, Jacob New. It's a fantastic day, and how about the women's national team soccer winning 13-0 today against Thailand in the Women's World Cup? Let's
awesome.
Yeah, woo!
Yes!
So,
go women!
Yeah! We have Marguritte here in the studio today to talk with us about what she's doing with Stand for Sisterhood. Yes. But before we get into that, introducing her further, it is time for the dad joke of the week. I know. Everybody's excited. You're like, what could he come up with now? So, what did one elevator say to the other? I think I'm coming down with something.
Oh my gosh. Was that for Dad? Oh, the dads made it. Oh, yeah, that's what it was. I think I'm coming down with something.
Yeah, get it? Because you're like bringing people down? Or,
I see.
Like coming down with a sickness.
Come on. Right, he's tired. Yeah. He's exhausted.
Yeah. I always would always start my classes with that, and the kids would just look at me and like, so I'd explain it. It's funny because I had to explain it.
Yeah, right. After the explanation, then we laughed.
Yeah. So, like I said, we have Marguritte here.
Yeah.
And if you can, please introduce yourself and just share a little bit about who you are.
Yes.
What you do.
Hey, I'm Marguritte Johnson. I just celebrated 21 years of marriage.
Congratulations.
Yes,
That's
May
awesome.
30th. So we had a blast in Atlanta and North Carolina just a couple of days ago.
Oh, wow.
We have 2 chicken nuggets. That's what I call them, because when they were little, that's all they wanted to eat was chicken nuggets.
That's exactly what my fiance calls those babies.
Really?
Chicken nuggets?
Chicken
yeah,
nuggets.
No, she does. Yes.
So I have a 17-year-old son, 1 more year, and he's out of there.
Give him the boot.
Yes. No, he's a great child. And my daughter is 14,
okay.
Mariah. Yes, JJ and Mariah. And hey, I really just consider myself a solutionist. I love solving problems for people. Yes. I love solving problems. Ever since I can remember as a little girl, I've just loved serving. And people tell me all their problems, and I try to come up with a solution, and most of them work. Most of them work in my own human abilities. Sometimes it takes Jesus for some of the other problems.
I think we all could use a little bit more Jesus.
Absolutely, yes, for sure. But me and my husband and I were certified mediators in the state of Texas. I have a passion just for changing lives and making a difference, being positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
I grew up with my mom as a single mom, with my brother who's turning 42 today. Shout out to my brother, Ron.
Happy birthday, Ron.
He's getting old. And my sister who's in Alabama. So we grew up together in a Christian household, and we've always just been taught to give back and love, and yeah.
That's good. I love that, because I think the more you give... Sorry, guys. I'm not used to switching the screens. It's not normally me who does that. So that person is sick today. So if you're watching on Facebook Live and you're like, it's not switching like it used to, that's my bad.
Oh.
So, but the more we give, the more actually you kind of get in return. Obviously, that's not like the point, is to get more. But those with a giving nature, you generally tend to have more and enjoy more life.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So you have started a nonprofit called Stand for Sisterhood. Speaking of giving, so giving your time, giving your wisdom, giving your solutions.
Yep.
So, tell us a little bit. What is Stand for Sisterhood?
So, Stand for Sisterhood is an official 501c3 nonprofit organization. We're committed to eliminate barriers and advocate for solutions that increase sustainable lifestyles for girls and women globally. So we do that through mentoring, take action initiatives, and prevention intervention. So I'm really big on being proactive versus reactive, and getting into a young girl's life now.
I like it.
Getting into her life before she gets in a domestic violence relationship, before she becomes, a victim of substance abuse, just letting them know their worth and their self-esteem and building up that confidence now. They will have the ability to say no. They have the ability to walk away, or even not even get themselves in certain situations because they have the skills to do that.
Yeah, I think that is great. When I first started teaching, there was a program at our school called Beautiful Me, and it was very similar to what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I just think it's not just women, but like young men too need to learn how to act, like what's appropriate. Like it's okay to say no in certain situations and build up their confidence. Because I think today, sorry guys, forgot to switch camera. I think today, we're so exposed to everything on social media. I mean, we were talking earlier about social media, but I mean, a lot of the people you see on there, they're gorgeous. I'm not even gonna lie, like kind of makes me feel inferior at some point too. I'm like, oh snap, like go back, hit the gym twice a day now. Like I don't know, but yeah.
Yep. You know what? And, just looking at social media or looking at the magazines, even my daughter, she's 14. So sometimes she struggles with how other people look versus how she looks. And I have to tell her, babe, look in the mirror. You're absolutely beautiful just the way you are. And some of this stuff is, what do they call it? Where they Photoshop. Yeah, Photoshop. Yeah, some of the stuff is Photoshopped. But the point of the matter is, we're all beautiful in the way that God created us. And even myself, I had to learn to embrace my beauty. Yeah. I had to learn to embrace my voice, the color of my skin, my hair, everything. Because if we look in the mirror, I mean, especially women, the first thing we want to do is complain about what's not right. Yeah. But you have to look in the mirror and love you.
I love it. I love it. So, now you mentioned your daughter. So is your daughter part of the reason why you started Stand for Sisterhood?
Absolutely. Okay. Yes, and we host a lot of events together. We do it together, and that's why I do girls and women. Because in every event that I do, girls are welcome to attend for the most part, unless we're doing like an adult getaway. You know?
Yeah. No kids allowed.
Yeah, no kids allowed on that. But for the most part, I love to incorporate our daughters because I want them to see women getting along. I want them to see the power of collaboration. I want them to see partnership in action. And I want them to know, hey, just because you're 14, 16, whatever, I want them to get an identity right now and know, oh my gosh, I see my mom hosting, maybe I could do that one day. Or, because I bring in so many different women. Or my mom is an author, I could write a book. So I just want them to be exposed to positivity because what they see on reality TV and what they see in the it's not always positive. Not always a good look for women.
Oh, no.
So,
and I personally am not a fan of reality TV.
I know.
And so
I'm guilty, though. I do watch.
I will watch Big Brother. I mean, I'll watch it. I'm not going to say I don't.
Yeah.
But Big Brother's starting soon, so I'm getting excited because that's what my fiance and I will watch together.
Yes.
But I love that you're just leading by example.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So, we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
And when we'll come back, we'll continue talking.
Yeah.
So, this is A Whole New World with me, your host, Jake Renew, and we'll be right back.
Awesome.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to A Whole New World with me, your host, Jake Renew. We're here to put a spotlight on positive things happening in the community and developing a positive mindset. So, for those of you just tuning in, we have Marguritte here.
Yes.
And she was telling us about Stand for Sisterhood and how it's they use that program to build up women and old women and young women.
Yeah.
So.
If you're a female, we got you.
Yeah.
Yes, we got you.
So, before we were talking, and one of these quotes, so the title of this episode is Change Your Mind, Change Your Life, which I think goes perfectly with what you're doing,
Yes.
changing how people think, and so then altering the course of their lives.
Absolutely.
But I ran across this quote, and I just want to read. I want to kind of hear what you think about it too.
Okay.
But it says, "The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind." By William James.
Absolutely.
And I think that is so important because, I mean, we're all about the positive mindset here.
Yeah.
And so once you develop that, I think it opens up so many more possibilities where with a negative mind you're closed off.
Yeah.
So, but, so how does that, like, kind of, how do you see that with Stand for Sisterhood, I guess, is where...
Well, we focus a lot on attitude. Attitude is everything.
Okay.
I mean, you know, if you have a negative attitude, for one...
Yeah.
I don't like Debbie Downers.
No.
You know, people that just see the negative in anything. They complain, they murmur, nothing is ever right.
Those
you know,
Nancy's, get out of here.
Yes, you know, I love to. I'm an optimistic, so I always do my best to see the positive in everything, even in a negative situation. I do my best to see the positive in it, because so a man thinketh, so he is. You know, so if you're always thinking negative, or you think you're going to be broke, then you will be. Hey, but I'm a millionaire, so I'm working towards that. It haven't manifested physically yet, but I speak it, I think it, and I know it, and it's going to happen. You know, so it's you only can manifest what you think. So if you're always thinking negative, or you're always thinking it's not going to happen, guess what? That's why it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
But a lot of things happen in my life because I know that they will happen. I think it, I speak it, I live it, and before I know it, I'm living it. I mean, it's manifested for me. So attitude is everything.
I couldn't agree more with what you're saying because I've been the book that this podcast is based off of is called Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale, but it also kind of goes along with Think and Grow Rich by I cannot think of the author right now.
I know,
Napoleon Hill.
Yes.
There we go. But and both of those are very similar because you speak it, you think it. It's just that constant, whatever you're manifesting in your mind is what's going to happen and what you're going to draw towards you.
Exactly. That's why I love vision boards. I mean, whatever I write on my vision board, it manifests.
Yeah.
I mean, a couple of years ago, my husband and I, we also cook for people. We have a catering company called Cooking for the Stars. And back in 2006, I was like, I want to cook for that person. I want to cook for that person. I want to cook for that person. And before I knew it, God had set it up to where I cooked for them all at one time.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. So, I mean, if you speak it, you write it out, you can manifest it. But a lot of us were speaking negativity, and we get the fruit of that.
And that's the truth. So, I mean, and I know from my personal experience that it's not always easy just to change my own thinking.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of curious, when you're working with Stand for Sisterhood and you're working with these young women, with any of the women in there, what are some ways that you can help them change? How do you help people change their thinking?
Well,
so for our viewers out there as well.
What actually started the whole movement of Stand for Sisterhood is a program I used to run every fourth Saturday. It started in 2001, and it was called Mirror Mirror.
Okay.
And what we would do is get in the mirror and address ourselves, our insecurities, our fears, the negative thoughts that we think about ourselves. And I just believe taking accountability for your thoughts, taking accountability for your actions, and just sometimes you have to confront yourself. And that's what we did. We looked ourselves in the mirror, we come up with a theme or a topic, and we would discuss it. I remember one of them was... baggage. It was something about baggage. Junk in the trunk.
Okay.
Yeah, junk in the trunk. And because, it's a lot of people, especially women, we're so negative towards our own selves. Like, we're our greatest bully. And so, just to see the transformation from women who they didn't even want to look at themselves in the mirror. Like, they didn't even like the reflection looking back.
I don't look at myself in the mirror.
Well,
so no.
You should. You're a handsome guy, so you should. But a lot of people really do have a problem, and that's why I called it Mirror Mirror, because the first mirror is what we see naturally, but the second mirror, you go deeper. It's the soul you. And so when you can embrace the soul you, then you'll know that all the surface stuff is vanity, you know. So just, you know, speak positivity to yourself. I had to myself.
Yeah.
Because I went through depressions and a lot of stuff. Because as a little girl, I had braces, headgear. You know,
okay.
I wasn't.
Oh, you had the full gear.
All of it.
Okay.
So I was like an ugly geek. I mean, I was the geek. Ugly duckling turned beautiful swan.
Yeah.
So now, you know, I've just learned to accept myself, flaws and all. And
I like that.
yeah, but Stand for Sisterhood, we do a lot of affirmations. We write a lot of stuff down, and we just speak it into the atmosphere and hold each other accountable too.
That's good. So, and I know as you said, vision boards as well. So
Yes.
that kind of helps keep you on track too. Mm-hmm. But so like, how do you guys keep each other accountable for that? Is that just like you check in every day?
Well, not every day.
We
We don't check in every day. Well, like I have a mentoring club at the school that I started my mentoring initiative with.
All right.
And so, you know, I would just give them an assignment, and we met once a month. But with my mentee, I met her. We would communicate every week. And so, you know, I would just keep her, just keep them accountable, just asking, okay, now we said we was going to do this, and I just follow up. What did you do, and how did you feel about achieving the goal? How did you feel about not getting it done? Okay. You know, because sometimes we miss the mark sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Life gets in the way, so.
And I think sometimes, like, we'll often try to do it on our own, and without that accountability partner, there's... Oh, well, you know, I'll get it. And so it's nice to have... It's like going to the gym without a trainer sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you might do the work, but not as much work. You might not get to see as much results when you have somebody there who's going to push you to your limits. You know?
And sometimes you need that accountability partner to get you from excuses to execution.
Exactly.
To get you, you know, from always copping out. I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah.
Keep that hiney into gear.
Exactly. Right. Got to.
Yeah. So you mentioned your mentoring program. So you pair up with the different schools.
Yes.
And so like how do you pair up with the girls at the school, the students, or like, and how does that pairing process work?
Yeah. So basically, what happens is the girls fill out a questionnaire, and the mentors fill out a questionnaire, and we kind of try to see who has similar paths between the mentor and the mentee, and then, you know, we just partner them up. And our goal was to make sure that every girl in the 9th grade had a mentor, and that way that mentor hopefully will commit to them throughout their high school journey, and, you know, just continue to build that relationship and build that support system that they need, because so many young people, they don't have a safe space. They don't have anybody to share, and they don't have a positive outlet. You know, so we wanted those mentors to kind of step in and be that support system for them, and just hold them accountable, and just keep them on track, keep them focused on,
So they keep them. So they make school visits. You said, right?
Yes.
So like, then do they take them outside?
Well, once a month. Well, what we require is.
I make it sound like you go out for recess.
Well, what we require is 45 minutes to an hour, one time a month of face-to-face interaction. Okay. And most of the mentors committed to actually go to the school and have breakfast, lunch, or snack with their mentee. Okay. During that time. And then they also commit to 4 hours total of mentorship. So outside of the one-on-one connection, then the other 3 hours, they could go pick them up, because every volunteer goes through a background clearance.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yes. Everybody goes through a background clearance, so we make sure that everybody's safe and good. And then once you get parental consent, we have some mentors that actually did spend extra time with their mentee outside of the school. Okay. Taking them on field trips, just doing other positive things with them, taking them to dinner, lunch. And then for me, some of my level up group, that's what I call them, level up club. Okay. They were able to come.
Like gaming.
Yeah. Level up, never settle. They were able to come to some of my events that I hosted for Stand for Sisterhood and be empowered in that capacity.
That's so cool. So now, what age range is this? Because I know you said through high school. Does it start in middle school too?
Well, for right
where
now,
do you start?
It's just 9th through 12th grade. Okay. But I do have some other schools that are interested in me, bringing this program to their school for middle school students. because they say, well, once they get in high school, I don't know if people can change their minds. So, but yeah, so we do. But now we are looking for more partnerships with middle schools as well.
Middle schools, okay.
Yes.
Cool. So, any middle school teachers out there? Middle school principals? Anybody?
Yeah.
In a certain area?
Look, we have people from all over.
Okay.
Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Grand Prairie. Yeah. We have mentors that drove from all over to come to the school that I'm currently at.
So if you are a teacher in the Dallas Fort Worth area,
and need mentors, yes.
Yeah. Reach out to Marguritte.
Yeah.
We will include the contact information for her at the very end and in the show details as well.
Awesome.
So,
yes. We look forward to coming, making a difference.
Yeah. So have you had a chance to actually go through like a full cycle, like a 9th through 12th and like mentee, like mentor?
Not
all
yet.
The way through
We just started. Okay. So we launched it October. We started it in August of 2018. Mm-hmm. So it's the year. So we went through our first year of the mentoring program with the Idea Innovation Design Entrepreneurship Academy in Dallas.
Okay.
So yeah. Yeah, it's called IDEA for short, IDEA, but this is Innovation Design Entrepreneurship Academy, yes. So the school is fairly new. They just had their first graduating class this past May. I think they had 80-something graduates, and awesome. More than 75% actually got scholarships to go to college.
Okay, that's awesome.
So the school is founded, their foundation is mentoring and entrepreneurship. It's
a good school to have.
Awesome. Yeah, it's an awesome school. Mm-hmm.
So, all right, everybody, we're going to take one last break, and when we'll come back, we will wrap up with Marguritte.
All righty.
So, we'll be right back if I can use the right mouse. All right, welcome back, everybody, again to A Whole New World with me, your host, Jacob New. Hey, where we're here to put a spotlight on positive things happening in the community and developing a positive mindset.
Yes.
So we have Marguritte here in the studio, and we've been talking about what she's doing with her mentoring initiative and Stand for Sisterhood.
Yes.
So one thing I did want to ask is, I do think a big part of changing our mindset to the positive is developing that, growing spiritually. I think in most of the books that I've been reading, it has to do with getting closer to God, reading the Bible, and like developing your faith.
Right.
And so, like with your group, do you do anything like that with the with your mentees, and like does that work?
Yeah. Well, so Stand for Sisterhood was organized in 2016, but I actually started hosting women's conferences in 2012. They were called Finally Free to Be Me. And so with that Finally Free to Be Me, we talked about everything. And we had a lot of speakers that would come in and speak about the power of your mind, the power of your thoughts, the power of a relationship with God, a genuine relationship with God. And just, one of the scriptures that I had to go back with to get me into purpose was Jeremiah 29:11, which is one of my favorite scriptures. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a hope in a future. So at a time when I was struggling with like postpartum depression after having 2 kids and just feeling like the walls were caving in on me, I really had to dive deep into that scripture, and I had, because at that point, I really didn't know what my purpose was. And so I had to pray to God for him to reveal, what am I supposed to be doing? What is my purpose? And I say, well, hey, he knows. So why not consult the one who knows what his plans are for me? So I had to really consult him. And he gave me those conferences just to empower women and to let us know the power that he's given us. And to know that, your thoughts are everything. So we just can't think gutter. It's a quote that I like. It says, even in the gutter, I'm looking at the stars. So it's all about your mentality.
I like it.
If you're in the gutter, you can say, oh my God, this is all I see, trash and dirt and just nowhere. But hey, it's all about your mentality. You can still be in the gutter, but looking up at the stars. So
I like that. And then, like, as you were saying that, I was just kind of picturing in my mind, I was like, oh, it's like if you're looking down at your feet all the time, you miss the world around you.
Exactly.
And there's so many beautiful and amazing things that are happening around us that,
you got to hold your head up.
You don't want to miss.
Yeah, you don't want to miss it. Hold your head up.
Yeah.
The world is beautiful. Even with certain stuff going on, you just have to see the beauty in it all.
Yes.
And know that even though something you may be going through right now, it's not exactly the way you pictured it or how you expected it to end or whatever, just know that all things works out for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. So just know it'll work out. You just got to stay positive and keep the right attitude, because you don't want to repeat that trial.
Oh, no.
So attitude is everything. Like, God will make you go back to the end of the line. It was like, you didn't do that right, or you didn't pass that test, so let me,
You're a little
hit the
too
rewind.
Short to write this right now, so we're going to have to send you back.
Exactly. Let me hit the rewind button on that. And it's like, so it really is about the attitude that we have while we're going through different tests, different trials, even when we're going to another level in business or in ministry or whatever you're doing, we have certain things that will come at you, but it's all about how you respond to it. So we have to learn to respond and not react.
Exactly.
No,
I like that. And I think a lot of the tips that you've given our listeners and just about like this positive affirmations, finding an accountability partner. And I like how you have that scripture memorized.
Oh,
because then you can go back to it whenever you can.
Whenever. That's my favorite scripture. And then my other one is life and death lies in the power of the tongue. And those who love it would eat its fruit. So if you love talking negative, you will eat the fruit of negativity. If you love talking positivity, you'll eat that fruit. So it's all about how you want to, God gives us choices. Today I said before you life and death. Which one do you want? It's all about what you speak. And, you'll live it.
I choose life.
I choose life. I choose life. And even in your finances, stop saying I'm broke, or broke. No, say I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm a millionaire. I have so much money. It's overflow. I have enough to give. I have enough to be a blessing. It's the power of our words. It's enormous. And we have to watch what we speak over our lives, for sure.
I love it. So, where do you see, kind of going back to Stanford Sisterhood, where do you see that going in the next 5 years?
Oh my gosh, I see so much.
Years,
I see so much for Stanford Sisterhood. I see us actually having a developmental and advocacy center.
Okay.
So, I want, because right now I host all of my events out of my husband's event center, the Help Studios, which is amazing. But I would love like a reading room, a computer lab, a place for the girls to learn how to cook and clean and wash clothes, just the life skills that some of the girls are kind of missing out on due to technology. They're always on the computer or on the phone or texting or snapping or, So I want to get the girls back to a reality and, not saying that you have to live your life domestic, but it is good to know some domestic skills.
I mean, it's good to be able to come home and make something other than a peanut butter and jelly
sandwich. And ramen noodles.
That's a skill I always... thanks, Mom, for teaching me and
absolutely.
Me do that, so.
And women, we got to know a way to a man's heart is through his belly, so we got to know how to cook. I had to fatten my man up. He was a little too skinny when I met him.
we like to eat.
But no, just doing more advocacy work and bringing awareness to human trafficking, bullying. Domestic violence, mental health is very major on my list that I want to start getting to schools with. it's so many girls, cutting and getting in, they're getting themselves involved in domestic violence relationships. Over the last 5 years, suicide rates have went up with young teenagers, because of the pressure. So I really, I'm very passionate about getting into the schools and getting into these young people's lives like now, because they really need us.
Yeah.
They need safe space. They need people who genuinely care about them and that genuinely want to invest in them. And so
for sure.
I definitely want a center for them and continue hosting my camps. But now people are asking me, well, can you bring your camp here, bring your camp there? So not just in Dallas. So I would love the opportunity to be able to host my summer camp to other girls.
So what is your summer camp?
Yeah, so my summer camp, we had our first camp last year.
Okay.
It was called Diamonds in the Rough.
All right.
I believe our girls are our diamonds, our daughters are our diamonds, and they are priceless. Like, they're worth investing in. Mm-hmm. And so last year, I'm so sorry. That's my daughter calling me. She's probably trying to get in. But last year, we hosted 20 girls.
Okay.
We rented out a 6,000 square foot home, and we just blessed these young girls' lives. They did over 24 workshops, ranging from learning how to vote, knowing the power of their voice, literacy, financial literacy, STEM, sewing. Oh my gosh, they did so much. My brain is so shot. They did first aid, CPR, cooking, baking, reflexology. They made their own essential oils.
Okay.
They did team building. I mean, they did vocal coaching, dance lessons, everything in the 5 days.
Yeah.
And my husband and I, we cooked home cooked meals for them the whole time.
Now, was this did you all rent out a house?
We rent out of a home.
Okay.
Yeah, a retreat center.
I was like,
yeah.
You brought them into your house? That's admirable.
Well, not my house, but I would have. I did, but we did rent out a home. This year it's going to be hosted at the Spring Hill Suites in Louisville. So this year we're doing a hotel route.
Okay.
And the girls are going to be with me this year for 7 days, 6 nights.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's exciting. That's
I'm still like, it's not enough time to do everything I want to do.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's so much that I want to expose them to, and I'm just like, it's still not enough time. So I would love, for more volunteers and more funding for me to have this program ongoing throughout the whole year, not just, for a week.
Okay. Now, you just mentioned funding, so is there a way for people to be involved and help contribute?
Absolutely.
Go to their website or
what? So there is a Eventbrite link, and if you type in Diamonds in the Rough Summer Camp, there is a way for you to donate on that link. You can sponsor a diamond to attend the camp. It's very reasonable. People was like, how do you do that? For 7 days for just $400. Yeah, so it's just really just to give back to the girls and take care of the expenses, basically.
And you have a 7-day break.
Yeah, right, exactly. But they're fed 3 times a day. They have 2 snacks per day, and they're going to be so empowered, enriched, encouraged to become the best versions of themselves that they can possibly be. Mm-hmm. So I'm so excited about the Diamonds in the Rough Summer Camp. I just had one lady sponsor 2 girls to come to the camp, and I actually received a grant through the Civic League for $2,000. So they sponsored 5 girls within the Carrollton, Farmers Branch, Addison area. So we have 1 camp scholarship left. So
awesome.
If you have a daughter that's aged 10 through 18 that would like to come, we have 1 camp scholarship left.
1 more spot.
Yeah, 1 more spot.
All right. That's so awesome that you have 1 extra spot. And
yeah.
So I just think it's so cool that and I know you said you don't have enough time to expose them to everything you want.
Yeah.
But the little bit of exposure that you're giving them, I'm sure, is something that they'll remember, and it's going to leave an impact on them.
It's revolutionary.
Yeah.
Last year, everybody cried. The parents, girls. So we do a graduation ceremony at the end of the camp, and the girls present to their parents.
Caps and gowns and everything?
Well, no, not that. Well, we present them with a certificate. We have a dinner for the parents to come, and everything that the girls learned in the camp, they share with their parents.
Okay.
And so once the parents saw their just the transformation in the daughters. It was not a dry eye in the building. And none of the girls wanted to go home, but I'm like, I'm exhausted. Yeah. So we need volunteers. We need more help. So, yes, if you want to give back in that capacity, volunteers are definitely needed.
Okay. Mm-hmm. They can volunteer at the Bright Link or...
Eventbrite Link, or you can reach out to me. Do I give them the information now?
Yeah, you can give that now. Yeah.
So you can call me. My office number is 469-730-3621. You can email me, stand, STAND, the number 4, sisterhood.global@gmail.com. So stand for sisterhood.global@gmail.com. So my website has been updated right now. If it's still up, but we're changing a lot of stuff, updating a lot of stuff. So that's why you can't go through. You can look at the website, but it's been updated right now.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure, if you're interested, definitely reach out to Marguritte.
Yes, please.
And because I'm sure any help would.
Any help. Yeah, we'll preach. They'll be with me for 24 hours for 7 days. Yeah. So you can come at a 4-hour shift, a 6-hour shift, 8-hour shift. And I have some volunteers actually chaperoning to stay in the rooms, because I'm only one person.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
that's so cool. And so you have another event coming up too, right? With your bowling.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
so tell us.
So August the 4th, we're having a charity bowl-a-thon. So we need team members. So if you would like to serve and be a teammate, or if you just want to come and support, that's also on Eventbrite. It's called When Sisters Unite Charity Bowl-a-thon. That's another nonprofit that I've started, but it will support Stand for Sisterhood as well. So it's a twofold thing. So the charity bowl-a-thon, it will actually go towards raising the funds for the summer camp for next year.
Yes.
So we're going to get a head start and start raising money already for the 2020 Diamonds in the Rough summer camp.
Yes, and I am already signed up for that.
He did.
So,
Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate that.
So if you want to come hang out with us, have a fun time, we can bowl.
Have a fun time. It's at the main event in Grapevine, August 4th. Did I say that? August 4th, 6 to 9.
Yes.
At the main event in Grapevine.
Okay.
Yes, so if you want to be a teammate or want to just come spectate, you're like, bowling's not my thing, but I still want to support, hey.
Sign on up.
Sign on up.
Yep.
Yes. Eventbrite. So Eventbrite, a charity bowl-a-thon, When Sisters Unite charity bowl-a-thon, or you can call me 469-730-3621 or email me as well.
All right.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you so much for being a guest on the show today.
Absolutely, Jacob. Such a pleasure.
Thank you. I've thoroughly enjoyed our conversation, and I know our listeners out there did too.
Yes.
So, for anybody out there listening, please make sure that you subscribe and follow. Help us out. We're trying to get the word out spread the positivity. That's the goal. So, with that, also, if y'all can also help me out, just share this with everybody that you think of. I would appreciate it. So, and it just helps us get the word out there. So, follow, subscribe, follow, and share, people.
Yes.
As always, this has been another great episode of A Whole New World.
A Whole New World.
Yeah.
A Whole New World.
I don't know if we can sing that.
Maybe not.
So
I do not own the rights to that song.
I don't either. But thank you all for tuning in. This is Jacob New, and as always, if you only learn to do one thing, learn to make a difference.
Make a difference.
See y'all next Tuesday.
Yay.